What would you say to someone addressing you in Italian? Maybe, mi spiace, non parlo italiano. Sorry, I don't speak Italian. The assertion, I don't speak Italian, would have been an inconceivable statement until the 20th century.
Italian was predominantly a written language rather than a spoken one for a significant portion of its history. The written form served as a vehicle for literature and official documentation. It wasn't until the 20th century that the spoken variant of Italian gained prominence and became the widespread means of communication.
This unique and surprising trajectory distinguishes the history of the Italian language. What marks this history is a slow transition from a primarily written medium to a dynamic spoken language. Isn't it fascinating to reflect on the changes of linguistics practices over time? I mean, how is it possible for a nation known all over the world for its rich and colorful language to be so young in terms of spoken linguistics heritage?
Italy, as a unified nation, did not come into existence until 1861, and even after the formal unification, the nation was far from a homogeneous entity. Before that date, however, the Italian peninsula was a mosaic of independent states and occupied territories, each with its own distinct identity, governance, and often language. The absence of political unity meant a lack of social homogeneity, a key element in the development of a common language for daily conversation.
The journey towards linguistic unity in Italy reflects the intricate interplay between political history and the development of a shared cultural identity over the course of this complex history. What are the implications of this peculiar history of the Italian language? We are going to consider three things.
The historical predominance of Italian as a primarily written language has had a profound impact on its evolution, setting it apart from more rapidly changing languages such as French or English. Given its long-standing role as a literary and written medium, Italian has maintained a remarkable degree of stability over time.
While spoken languages often undergo significant transformation, driven by daily interaction and cultural influences, the predominantly written nature of Italian has served as a conservative force, preserving linguistic structures and forms. Can you understand a medieval text written in your own language? Contemporary Italian speakers can read medieval texts thanks to this continuity in the language structures.
The predominantly written nature of Italian has not only preserved its linguistic feature, but has also spurred extensive debates regarding its form and structures, leading to what is known as the questione della lingua, or the language question. As there were no daily usage to shape Italian language, over the century, scholars, intellectuals and linguists have engaged in deliberation over issues of grammar, lexicon and syntax, but also question of standardization and purity. And the third and last point to consider, the history of the Italian language, vividly illustrates the influential role played by institutions in shaping and molding linguistic identity.
From the earliest stages of its development, various governing bodies, educational institutions and cultural organizations have actively contributed to the standardization of Italian. The establishment of linguistic norms, grammar rules and vocabulary choices has often been a deliberate effort undertaken by institutions to create a unified language that transcends regional variations. So, how can we tell the story of how Italian became Italian?
The journey through the history of Italian language can be described as a linear progression, underscoring an enduring continuity from Dante to contemporary Italian. Tracing this linguistic thread unveils not only the development of grammatical structures and vocabulary, but also the profound influence on literary texts on the language's shaping. This linear exploration connects past and present through an unbroken linguistic narrative. While we can appreciate the linear progression in the history of the Italian language, it is crucial to acknowledge the myriad untaken paths and alternate narratives that coexist.
Despite the prominence of Toscan as the chosen foundation for Italian, the linguistic journey is not a singular, predetermined trajectory. The history of the Italian is not just a story of what became canon, but also a narrative of the diverse alternatives and potential linguistic direction that could have unfolded. The rich tapestry of dialects across regions and the multitude of linguistics possibility underscore the dynamic nature of language evolution.
The wealth of regional dialects and linguistic nuances represent untold stories, offering a glimpse into the vibrant linguistic diversity that, while not always standardized, has played a vital role in shaping the multifaceted identity of the Italian language.